Hello guys, welcome to this video. On our previous video, we discussed if statement and if else statement where we modified our previous project to show you how you can use if and if else statement in reality. In today's video, we're going to discuss conditional operators in JavaScript, while loop in JavaScript, and do while loop. If you have not watched the previous video, we'll drop the link on the description box below, or you click on the icon above. Also, you can check out our channel for other video and also subscribe to our channel so you'll be notified when we upload new courses. JavaScript conditional operators are seen as shorthand to if statement. If you have a variable like var num equals to 4, you want to perform some checks on this variable to know if it is 4, then you perform a specific action. You likely use if statement like we did on our previous video. If num is equals to 4, then you want to do something here, like do some kind of actions here inside the if statement. We can maybe add some numbers to it, or we can just say num equals to num plus 10. Something like this is still what you might want to do. Then we might want to check the num outside here, like console.log, console.log num, like so. Before I run this code, I'll just do away with all this so it do not interfere with our code. Okay, so if we check on the browser straight away, we're going to see that we have 14 because this condition, right, is true because num is equals to 4. Sorry, we're doing assignment is equals to 4, right? We'll have 14 on the browser straight away. So this same thing, we see that we have like how many lines to do the same thing straight away. But conditional operators will give you a way of doing this checked in a very shorter way as a kind of shorthand. So let's check how it goes. Conditional operators, operator. Okay, like you can call it conditional operators or shorthand to if statement or urinary operators. So in the same way we can, this conditional operators has a syntax like it has, I'll bring in a comment, it has condition, then question mark, then it has the expression to be executed, like something here inside this if statement if this condition is true, right? Expression if condition is true. If condition is true, then you have semicolon or colon rather here, then you also have another expression if the condition is false, right? So if this condition is true, this expression will be executed straight away. But if this condition is false, this other expression will be executed. You see that with this, we just do all this in just one line, right? There's reason why I bring up this because in further tutorials or videos in React, we'll be making use of this very well. So that's why I just want to bring it up so that by then you'll not be confused about it. Okay, so let's check it. I've drafted out here on my board. We have syntax for these conditional operators. We have condition, question mark up here, then expression if the condition is true, and expression if the condition is false. So this condition, if it is evaluated to be true, this particular expression will be executed. But if it is false, this other expression will be executed. So in that same way, we can do the same thing we just do here. Let's see how we can check it. So now the condition now is num4. So we can still check num4, num equals to 4 the same way, question mark in the same way. This is the aspect of this condition we just handle now. Then the expression to execute. In this case, we want to add 10 to this, right? Okay, let's just console log first. Console.log, console.log, then we say num4, num plus 10, like so. Then this section, if this condition is true, has been handled like so. Then the next section is colon, the expression if the condition is false. So the expression if the condition is false, like if else statement. In this case, we didn't add the expression like something like this, else, say that, okay, else, we can just say nothing, console.log, console.log, do something. Okay, so this section now, else section, that's if the condition is false now, that's what we want to handle now. We can just say console.log, let's just add 5 to it. I'll just grab this, copy it straight away and paste here. And this is the end of this. So this is how we bring up this condition. If I comment this out straight away, if I comment this out, then we'll move to the browser to check on the file. If we run this, okay, we have some errors, num not defined. So let's go and check. Oh, I just commented it out. Okay, let me uncomment it. So let's check it again. So you see we have 14. Why did we have 14? That's because num is equals to 4. So a num which is 4 plus 10 is going to give us 14. You see that this section executes because this condition is true. But what if this condition is false? Let's add only 5. Okay, so in this case, let's try making this, let's say 9 straight away. Let's run it again. We still have 14. Why did we have 14? Okay. Num equals to 4. This should execute. Else, this should execute. Okay, let's see it again. 14. This is okay, it's true. 9 plus 5, we have 14. Exactly, right? Okay, let's change the 7 straight away. Let's see it and be sure. Okay, we have 12. So 7 plus 5 is going to give us 12 straight away. So we see how this condition, instead of going this long way of doing if statement all the time, we can just use this shorthand writing bar. That's conditional operator to bring up the condition where we have the condition, we have the expression if the condition is true, then we have the column rather, then we have condition if the expression is false. Okay, but this same way that we store a variable, let's say we want to store a variable, maybe the answer to this, we don't just want to console log it straight away. Like in this case, let's say we have something like this in this if statement straight away, if we have num equals to this, then we want to have a kind of, let's say, sum. Let's have a variable that is called sum. So we can just say far sum equals to 0 for now. We just declare the variable to be 0 for now. So what do we want to do? We want to do sum. We want to increment this sum. We can now call the sum here sum equals to number plus 10. So we want to store it here, right? So that will display the sum automatically, right? Okay. So if this is true, we'll do this. If it is not true, we'll do this. If we want to do stuff like this with conditional operator, the likely thing we'll have to do is the variable sum. We can just do sum or let's just say answer. Let's say far answer answer equals to store this in this couple of variable. In this case, we're not going to do this console log straight away, so we can just do num plus 10, and we have num plus 5, right? Num plus 5, right? Okay. With this, we have been able to store the answer here. So if we console log this answer, they will have the correct answer as in the outcome of the expression. So it will have answer like here. So whatsoever this, if this is true, this will be done. Num will be 10 will be added to num and will be stored in this answer. Then else, if the condition is false, this will be done and the answer will be stored right away. So let's check it out. Okay, I'll comment out this so we can check it very well and be sure that it's working. Good. We still have 12 because the answer have been calculated. This condition num equals to 4. Is num equals to 4? No. Num is 7. So num is not equals to 4. So this side executed. That is 7 plus 5. We still have the 12. So this is how conditional operators are being handled. But what if we want to bring up multiple conditions, like we have this condition, still have this condition in so many cases? We can still achieve this by using the syntax, still the same way we run this. If we go to this drawing, we can have from here we can have the condition one, then the value to be executed if the condition one is true. Then we have the colon, have condition two, then the value to be executed if the condition two is true, like that till finally we have else, the value to be the expression to execute if none of the condition holds. Okay, so let's check it out and see how it works. Okay, let's just have, let's say, average cons average FEG equals to, let's say, 80 straight away. We want to determine the grade with this average. So we're going to use this and determine, we're going to use the conditional operator to determine the grade with this. So the conditional will just be FEG if grade is greater than or equals to 70 straight away. We want to have a console.log, console.log. Your grade is A, like so. Following this syntax, let me bring it out here. Let me just copy this and take it here so we'll not navigate too well. So we just have this. I have to comment it out so it will not be an error. So we have the condition first, sorry, then we have question mark, then we have the value of this. So we'll just do the first part. This is the condition. If the average is greater or equals to 70, let this action be done. Then we need to bring in another condition. Else if, right, the condition average is greater than or equals to 60, right? And average, we can bring in all the logic here, and average AVG is, let's say average is less than 70, right? Okay. Then we'll bring in the second value, a second value that will execute if this condition is true. So I can just grab this value and say console.log, right? Okay, this is the condition. Okay, sorry, question mark. We bring in this condition. Your grade is B, like so. Let me bring in this here. So we're going to say very fine. Okay, I bring in another condition again, right? The condition, I'll just copy this like so. There's the next condition, which is this third one, like so, and paste it. This case is going to be greater than or equals to 50 and is greater than less than 60 rather. So we're going to bring in the expression that going to work. Okay, this time around is going to be C. I think we'll stop there for now. Then we have last else section of the expression, which will execute if none of the conditions are true. So we just have this. Your grade is D. Okay, let's cross our finger and check if this works out straight away. So let's refresh here. Okay, we have your grade is A. That's because we have 80 here, and 80 is greater than 70. That's why we have A. Let's try and pull 61 straight away and evaluate this straight away. We have B. Let's try and put 55 to test the second section of this. And we have C. And the last one, if none of this condition is true, that means if we have anything like 30 right away, so we can stay and we'll have B. Good. So this is how to check multiple if else statement in this form right away. Okay, so this is as good as doing if else statement. Okay, next thing we want to look at is we want to look at while loop. While loop. Okay, as the name implies, a loop is anything that executes continuously. So in programming, you might want to do many things or a specific thing continuously, but you might not know how. But loop will definitely help you to do a specific stuff continuously if a given condition is true. Okay, so the syntax of loop, let's go back to um, here, the syntax of loop follows this way. We have while, we have bracket condition, and parentheses, which is a block of code. Then we have the statement. Your code goes here. So let's just activate that straight away. Following this, we'll have the keyword first of all to be while. When we have while, straight away we have parentheses, which will take in condition, straight away. Then we have this parenthesis. Then you have your code here in between the parentheses. This condition, right, is a statement that will either be evaluated to true or false. When this condition is true, this your code keep on executing till when the condition is evaluated to be false. That's when your while loop break out. The loop stop executing. So straight away, let's check how we can do this. Okay, so we can just have a variable. Let's say var, then we have I is equals to um, 5, like so. I equals to 5. So the condition might be that while I is less than 5, let a specific stuff be done inside here. So this while loop will just keep on executing till this condition is false. At the stage, um, okay, at the stage we have while loop right to be 5. So I think we can make this 0. Yeah, okay, so that if it is less than, so if 0 less than 5, is 0 is less than 5, the idea is we're going to increment this I inside the loop as it executes, so we keep on tracking it, right? Okay, maybe we can just rename this to count, like so. So you just get it that it's trying to keep track of the the count. So inside here we can just do count, like count equals to count plus 1. Every time the loop executes, the count will add 1. So at the first execution of the loop, right, the count will be 0. After the loop executes and print this, let's just print out something. Let's say console.log like so. Then let's just print out the count at every point in this thing. Okay. Okay, this loop will execute this number of times for now. So let's check it out. I'm just going to go to the browser straight away. Let's check. Then I'll go back and explain what really happened. Then we'll have 0, 1, 2, 4. What really happened is at the first execution, since this is a loop, right? At the very first execution, but when count rather, let's have count here, count equals to 0, right? Initially this is the initial value of count, right? And we are having a condition here, count. As long as count is less than 5, it should keep on doing a specific stuff. So what happened is that when count, remember that count is 0. So is 0 less than 5? No, 0 is not less than 5. And also remember that we increment um, we increment count inside here. We did something like count plus 1 at every point in time this loop executes. So when count is 0, right? This is 0 less than 5? No, 0 is not less than 5. It will add 1 to count. That means at the second time count will be equals to 1, right? Then the loop will bounce on this curly brace and see that it's a loop, then it has to go back again and check the condition. At this stage, the count will be equals to 1, right? So it's going to check, is 1 less than 5? No, 1 is not less than 5. It's going to come inside here and add 1 again to count, making count 2 at the second stage, and see that this is a loop. Then it will still go back again to check the condition. Then at this stage the count is going to be 2. It's going to check, is 2 less than 5? No, 2 is not less than 5, so it's 4. It's true, 2 is not less than 5. It's going to come inside here and add 1 to count and still go back again to check if the condition is false. Till when count is 5, is going to check, is 5 less than 5? No, the loop will break out. So this is just basically how for loop, while loop rather, execute. Okay, so this is really what happened, and that's why we have the 0, 1, 2, 4. The reason why we have 0 is because we started this with 0. If we have 1 here, we're going to have something different. That means we're going to have 1 to 4. So it depends on what you add right from start. Okay, this is the basic idea about while loop. So let's quickly look at do while loop. In that same way, there's no big difference about do while loop here. The only thing is that do while loop will execute the the expression or the statement first before checking the condition. The general syntax is seen to be this way. This is the general syntax of do while loop. Do, it will first of all execute this statement before checking the condition. So if you want some stuff to be done first time before a condition is checked, then you go with do while loop. So we have the syntax do like so, do like so. Then we have statement. you have your code inside here. Then you now have while this condition is true. Then you put your condition inside here. So it's in that same way. So we can possibly do the same thing we'll do here. Let's just grab this straight away and fix it in here and grab this code straight away. Okay, so let's just check what really goes on. Let's comment out this. If we go back to our browser straight away to go and check here, you see that we still is likely to look as if it's the same 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. But the thing is that the expression is first, your code first executes before the expression is being checked. So you can, if you want stuff to be done before checking your condition whether it's true or false, you do well to go with do while loop. So guys, in our next video we'll discuss for loop in details, and in that for loop we'll be doing some tasks like locating duplicate elements in array, then sorting the array in ascending and descending order. Some tasks will just handle it. So please subscribe to my channel so when I upload new videos you'll be notified as well. You can watch the previous video on this channel on JavaScript. Thank you and see you in the next video.